Here we go. All right. Welcome in. This is Guns and Gear Live. Totally different show than Gun Talk Live.
Way different. All about new products and
Yes.
what folks got going on.
We got some stuff for you guys. So, full auto delivered to your door. That sounds interesting. How many rounds can you buy for 10 bucks?
Well, according to the Dust Devil BBs at Pyramid Air, 1,500.
1,500 rounds, baby. All right, everybody's, I can't get any trigger time. Ammo's so expensive. We have some good solutions for you, okay?
Wait, you started off this video entirely wrong.
Oh,
Like, entirely wrong.
what are we doing?
I thought we were doing the thing.
You want me to do the thing?
Do the thing.
All right. Let's shoot in the studio. Why not, right?
Because this is what you can do.
Beretta M9. Okay, so these are Dust Devil BBs, which means they're frangible. And so you can shoot steel with it. Neat, right? You can get lots of trigger time. And if I can figure out how to work it.
Yeah.
All right. But also, it has a special little thing here.
That we call?
We call the giggle switch. And this is why.
That's just too cool.
So, I'm just saying, you probably need this in your life.
You do need it you need it in your life, and we jokingly, say that you could have full auto delivered to your door, and it's 100% right. And you can get very close to your real firearm. And I had a chance to sit down with Tyler Patner of Pyramid Air to discuss all the options on the table for you.
The big dogs in the air gun world.
Yep.
Take a look.
If you're not familiar with Pyramid Air, shame on you, because especially now when ammo, no one can find it, right? Well, we've got a lot of options on Pyramid Air that will help you. And here to join me is Tyler Patner. Tyler, welcome in.
Thanks for having me, KJ. Appreciate it.
So Tyler, give us a little bit of background, one on yourself and your role in this whole Pyramid Air organization, because you guys are doing some phenomenal things for shooters, hunters, and just everyday firearms enthusiasts.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'd like to think so anyway. So Pyramid Air is the #1 retailer of air guns in the world. Anything air powered, basically, we sell it, we have it, and you can get it from us. Myself, I'm product manager over at Pyramid, do everything from, kind of getting products up on the website to testing new products. We do our own video series over on YouTube. So have my hands in a little bit of everything, but from a company perspective, it's all about promoting air guns, and really showing what they can do. Because I think a lot of people just simply don't realize that air guns have come a long way from your Red Ryder when you were, 5, 6 years old in the backyard.
Yeah, it's definitely transition. I remember, looking under the Christmas tree, seeing a Red Ryder. But now, we're always expanding, and we've got an influx of new gun owners right now, and there's approximately 8.5 million new ones since last year. And what we're seeing is that we're seeing those ammo prices, and people can't find ammo. And a lot of times you go into that store and you're limited as to what you can buy. So what's the next step for these guys? What's an alternative for them? And honestly, we've got quite a few laid out here on the self-defense side, and we'll get to the hunting side, but I really want to focus in. The Glock 17, that's a hugely popular, firearm, and it's just as popular on Pyramid Air.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's actually so popular that it's been hard to find over the last couple of months, just typically within the airgun industry, as the firearm industry, as purchases increase on that side, we also see those same increases. So it can be very, we coexist in a similar way, I suppose. But yeah, really what I put across to people is that, if you are out there as a new gun owner and you don't have ammo or don't have the opportunity to go train, an airgun is a great way to do that, especially at home. You don't have to leave the comfort of even inside if you're in a cold weather state. So, you can do this in a basement or a garage with a replica pistol of whatever you just purchased, for the most part, of course. and get really good training reps in. A lot of these guns have blowback, which is, the slide reciprocating, and from a cost perspective, you're paying, $500-600 for a Glock. Let's say the air gun version with that blowback can range anywhere from, $100 up to about 120, 130. And then you're looking at $10 for over, 3, 4, 5,000 rounds of BBs in most cases. And we even make frangible BBs actually right here in the USA that can be had for about $10 for 1,500 rounds. So you can shoot metal targets in your basement. They break apart. They're great. They're called Dust Devil BBs. But, in general, the cost is just not even close to what a firearm is. And actually, it crosses over, right? It catches up with itself when you start to factor in those ammo costs and things over time.
Well, I think it's the live kind of weight, the live feel of your firearm, really. So if you have a light on your firearm, you can put it on a rail. I mean, we've got a Beretta right up here, an M9A3, that is a spitting image, and man, it sure does feel like a Beretta. And that's one thing these companies are coming to you guys and going, hey, we've got this one. And you're saying that as soon as some of these firearms get in, or for some of these BB guns and air guns get in, they're leaving the doors.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially something like that M9A3, what most people don't realize is that air guns are not firearms. So they're not subject to these same like NFA rules. So guess what? That M9A3 goes full auto. You can't get that, as a modern user of firearms. So, that is an awesome feature and one a ton of people like. I mean, you have a DPMS, I believe, right there. Yeah. SBR, that thing is also full auto. So not only does that also possess that recoil, that kind of realistic feel there, but you can practice everything right there. And yeah, it's been absolutely insane. Just the kind of uptick in sales right now. It's great, but it's also put, a real big hitch in the supply chain in general, because now all these manufacturers are having to go back to the supply, their factories and, and everything's going up, or order volumes, sales. It's absolutely insane, but a good thing in general.
Oh, absolutely. And I think so. If you want to be the coolest dad, the coolest mom, or if you just want to be the coolest person in your neighborhood, you definitely get the DPMS SBR, because I was out. So we actually got hold of this right before the quarantine happened in 2020, and I had a lot of trigger time on this, and I was the hit of the neighborhood kids because they all had to come by to see the DPMS. So I highly recommend it because it's been fun at my house, but it's also been a great training tool. Okay, we're gonna kind of shift big gears here, and we're gonna talk airgun hunting. And that has exploded. And when I first heard about people taking big game, we're talking Cape buffalo, whitetail, that type of game with air guns, I thought, man, that's a little crazy, but it's not that crazy. It's not as crazy as it seems. I mean, talk a little bit about how the air gun hunting has taken off.
Yeah, so just in the last 2 years or so, we've seen, I want to say like 4 or 5 more states adopt air gun hunting regs. But in general, it started with a handful of states, like Michigan, was one of the big ones that caught on early. And I say that because they're local to us here in Ohio. It's one of those things where a lot of people are skeptical of what an air gun can do. But, for probably over 10 years now, there have been, 45 and 50 caliber pre-charged pneumatic air guns that are capable of putting out the same energies as your 9mm and 40 caliber, rounds. So, you're talking in that 200 to 300 range. But in the last couple of years, the industry, due to some great competition amongst manufacturers, has really seen an uptick in power. Right now we have guns that are going 700, 800 foot-pounds in those 45 and 50 calibers. So you're talking about, exceeding like a 45 long Colt. That's like, meh. We're talking about quite a bit of power there. So there's not really anything that an air gun can't take at this point, as long as you keep your range within reason, of course. You're not going to be taking 500-600 yard shots on big game, but anything within 100 yards is going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I think, and I guess my hesitation over the air gun hunting, which I've recently started getting over, is we want to be as efficient for the game that we're pursuing as possible. And you hit on a great point there, that these things are efficient as long as you have the range down, and they're super accurate. And we all know. And Tyler, you've been air gun hunting for quite a while. You know that it's shot placement, whether you're air gun hunting or you're in the field with a firearm. Like, it's all about shot placement, and these things are actually really, really accurate.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's always astonished me is that, as the powers increase, there has been an even bigger improvement in terms of accuracy capabilities, especially on the big bore side. And ammo has had to kind of move up along with the barrel quality and that power as well. But yeah, I mean, there's really, you can hold, sub 2-3 inch groups at 100 yards with the right ammo in a lot of these big bore guns. And if you think about that, you're talking about slinging, 700 or 800 foot-pounds at the muzzle. There's no reason you're not going to be able to take a whitetail, in terms of downrange power with that kind of accuracy and that kind of power. So, like I said, there's really nothing they can't do as long as you know what you're doing with it. And I think that's part of anything, whether you're using a firearm, a bow and arrow, crossbow, whatever. You have to know what the capabilities you have with that particular tool before you head out into the field.
Man, that's 100% right. Now, Pyramyd Air, as many of you guys know, they're not only a source for, purchasing your air guns and your air gun accessories and stuff like that. They're a great resource. So if you have questions, they've got a blog, they've got written articles, they've got videos showing you how to maximize your air gun. Talk a little bit about that and what you guys are doing to help these new air gunners and even seasoned pros.
Yeah, so one of the things we pride ourselves on is having just simply more information than everybody else out there. With our blog, we pretty much daily, at least weekdays, are talking about something airgun related, whether it's guns of the past or guns that just came out. We have a great airgun writer, Tom Gaylord, who he is a wealth of airgun knowledge, has been doing this for probably 30 or 40 years plus at this point. And then, I do a lot of the video work for us on our YouTube channel, which you can also find on our website, of course. But we have videos dating back probably almost over 10 years now. That'll help you. A lot of the information hasn't changed, just the products. So, if you don't know anything about air guns, we have an Airgun Academy video series that will take you through, everything from that multi-pump or Daisy Red Ryder spring gun all the way into pre-charged pneumatics today and how to fill them as well. So it's really, for us, it's all about having those resources to, take away as much of the pain of learning about air guns as we possibly can.
And that's what it's all about. It's taking away, making it easy for you guys to get in the air gun target shooting, the air gun hunting, anything that you guys need. Pyramyd Air has it. Go give them a look, because this is important stuff. And especially if you hate shooting your own ammo, your live fire range stuff, man, this is definitely the way to go. Tyler, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you, KJ.
Little known fact, air guns are some of the most accurate guns in the Olympics, because you have fewer variables. You've got air powering the bullet. You don't have powder, you don't have primer, you don't have a case, you don't have all those factors. So air guns can be very, very accurate. And we've hunted with some air guns. We actually went to Puerto Rico, did an iguana hunt.
And they are precise, because I think your longest shot was right around the 85 to 90 yard mark. So so with air guns and pre-charged pneumatic air guns, which is what we're using.
More powerful.
More power.
Super accurate. So we're getting a few fun comments here, and we thought we'd address a few of them. Maybe not all of them.
I enjoy it. So one thing we're talking about, and we didn't even get into the fun side of like what it could really be about, is the kids enjoy these guns too. I mean, they line up wanting to shoot these things.
Well, you think BB guns, pellet guns, you think of like youth shooting, which is a great way to get them started, get them interested. And especially you have really cool stuff. I mean, seriously?
It looks exactly like
That is so cool. Actually, it's got a little weight to it. And also new shooters. It doesn't even have to be kids. I mean, it could be, you know, your neighbor, your friend, your girlfriend, your wife who's wanting to get into it. Well, they can shoot this gun that has the same weight, same feel, a lot of the same operation.
Right.
But it's not as loud. It doesn't have as much recoil.
That's exactly what I would go with, and you can outfit it exactly how you want, which is one of the points that we brought up. You can put a light, you can put lasers on these things, and they can feel the weight because they're not light little toys. They've got some heft to them.
Okay, so talking about air gun hunting, it's and the power of air guns. When they're talking, you saw that in the video, they're shooting Cape Buffalo.
Yeah,
for real. They're killing Cape Buffalo with air rifles. A couple years back, we were actually at SHOT Show at Range Day, and I think it was Crossman or one of the companies had one of their pre-charged pneumatic. It's shooting a Nosler bullet, a 357 Nosler bullet, going like, I don't know what it was, 1,000, 1,500 feet per second. And they're explaining the ballistics of it, and you know it's got enough power within 50 yards to shoot a deer, kill a deer. You're like, okay, wow, that's impressive. You load it all up, you get on it, and you go, psh. You're like, what was that? Nothing happened. And the target goes, bing!
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, those are super accurate. So I was talking to Tyler about it a little bit after and talking about some of the, like how precise those the hunting guns are. And these are accurate. I mean, they're still smooth bore.
Right.
I mean, so you're going to get a little drift on them. But accuracy is high up there I mean, they've got some high end.
Oh, there's some high end stuff I mean, a lot of this is like, it's great also because it's delivered right to your door. It doesn't cost a lot of money. But I mean, if you want to go crazy and spend $500 or more on air guns, they're out there. I mean, and they're pretty high tech.
And you can and now something that Tyler did mention is that a lot of this stuff goes out the door quickly. As soon as it comes in, it's gone.
They've been almost as busy as the gun manufacturers.
Because everybody's starting to get onto this. Like, well, I dealt with my father. My dad sat there and goes, well, I don't want to like shoot all my ammo. Like, and I'm like, why just go to the range? And he was like, no, I don't have that much. He wants more.
Right.
I'm like, well, get some trigger time. You know, go pick up a G19.
So yeah, we talked. I mean, in the video you saw they had Glock 17. You've got the Beretta M9. They've got the SIG P365 BB gun.
Yeah. And then they've got AKs. Which, how cool is that? I mean, so they've got a lot of replicas.
And most of these I'm pretty sure will fit your holster. So you can do actual real training, real trigger time, drawing, shooting, making sure you hit the target, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Anything else on that side?
No, not much on this side, but you guys definitely head over there.
All right.
Head over to Pyramid Air. Oh, so they're actually giving us a good deal on it. There's a link in the description. We're going to roll some footage after this and just sit tight. But
follow the link in the description. Go buy yourself an air gun. Who wants to see full auto again? Okay, let's do it.
Am I the only one?
Anybody else? No? Okay.
I raised my hand.
All right.
Here we go. Ready? One-handed full auto. All right. Have a good rest of your day.
Now, if you want more from Pyramid Air, go check them out. They've set us up a special link that we're going to add in the description. So if you want deals and to check out more airgun accessories and air guns, just to become the coolest guy in the neighborhood, go check them out.
Let's see what we get. Always very innovative. It's a lot of fun.